Hello, everyone. Sorry I am late. Hi. I hope that you see me and I hope that this is good. Um, I had major technical difficulties. It was not fun. I didn't know if I was going to make it. So, hi. Thank you. Hey, Jamie. Hey, ladies. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. So glad that you guys are seeing and hearing me. All right, so I've got my project here. I'm gonna jump right in. How you doing? And I'm glad to be here for my very first Ustream with Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft. Hi. All right, so here is my cute little art journal page project that we are going to be working on. It's fun. We're going to be using our color of the week for our 52 weeks of color. And the color for this week is the Margarita mix. So you see, we're going to have some crafty, wonderful, creative fun with this beautiful gelato. So here we go. We're going to be making this cute little angel and we're just going to have some fun. I want to just get started and play and just have a good time. I hope that you're going to be creating with me. Thank you. Yes, I'm very excited about the Ustream, my first Ustream for Design Memory Craft. I'm excited. So get out your paper. I've got a nice clean page here and we're going to have some fun. We'll be using gelatos. We'll be using some of the Pitt artist pens, the big brush. We're going to be using some glass bead glitter gel. We're going to be using some gesso as well. All right, so why don't we get started? All right. It is a lovely shade. It's nice and bright and fun, and I just love it. Hey, everybody. All right, so first things first, we have got to create our background, and we are going to be using the big brush pens for the background. I have here pink, the Pink Madder Lake. I have manganese violet. I have light cobalt turquoise, and I also have a light yellow, which actually kind of reminds me of the Margarita mix. Okay, so you know, one of the things that Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft is really good about is that their products mix well together. So these are the same colors or very similar colors that I'll be using with the gelatos as well. And so it's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. All right, so let's get started. If you have a acrylic block that you use for stamping, we're going to be using that to create our background. So this is just a fun, quick way to create an awesome background. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your big brush pen and just color right on top of your block. Then you're going to spritz with water, and you are going to just rub it right on. Yum, just like that. All right, and I've got baby wipes and stuff near me. Okay, so I'm going to do that again because I like to work in threes, meaning I like to work in visual triangles, meaning if you draw a line from each of my colors that I'm going to use, it will be a visual triangle. Okay, and 3 is very appealing. Odd numbers are appealing to the human eye. So I'm going to do this again 3 times with the same color to create my background. And you don't really care where the color, you know, you're not trying to make beautiful splotches. You're just trying to get the color on your background, okay? Or get the color on your paper. So 3 times. I'm going to do this 3 times with each of my big brush colors to create my background. And see how fun that is? It might drip, and dripping is good. So you don't worry about that. Let the color go where it is. Okay, or where it wants, shall I say. All right, so I keep drying off in between each layer because I want to use my pen again. Now you see how light this is, so you barely see it, but the color will show up on our paper. Again, spritz with water. Add to your background. Check it. Beauteous! Yes! Love that. All right, doing it again. Again, 3 times with this yellow as well. Just keep doing it until you're satisfied. One more time with the yellow. And then we're going to move on to our turquoise. Okay. Now I'm moving on to turquoise. A spritz of water once again. And just keep building the color on your background to your heart's desire. Look how pretty that's getting. Can you guys see that? Look at that. Ah, I love it, love it, love it. Yay. Hey, Julie. Hey. All right. Keep on playing. More color. Look at that. Just keep building your background. I love this technique. So awesome. And we'll be moving on soon. I've got one more color. I'm going to add the pink. And then we're going to get to the next step. And you can use both sides of your block because sometimes I get my block pretty wet and I'll just turn it over and start using the other side as well. All right, I've moved on to the pink now. Again, same thing. I'm just going to keep repeating the same thing until I am happy. Remember, you can allow for drips. Drips are good. I want to get some color in the center, so I've taken it across the center. Yes, isn't it awesome? I love that. I do so many things and techniques with the pens this way. They just make for awesome, awesome, awesome backgrounds. Quick and easy and fun. And I love this because this gives me a background without me being in so much control. Yes, yes, I love pink. Pink is actually my favorite color. If you don't have a block, an acrylic block, you can also use freezer paper for that technique, okay? Now here's something else I'm going to do just to add a touch more color is on my freezer paper. I'm going to add some color and I'm going to spritz with water and I am going to tap my page, my background in the color and pick it up and let it drip and run. See how that does? Then I'll do it again and allow it to drip and run. It just adds a little bit more fun to your background. Again, drip and run. It's all good. Look at that. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love all that beautiful color. All right. Oh, aluminum foil. Yes, and that probably can give you some textures as well. That's awesome. All right, so I'm just going to do a little bit more pink because I want to add a little bit more pink. And I'm still keeping my spaces to an odd number. Look at that. Oh, I love that. Just adding those little spots of color makes for such an amazing background. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so there, we've got some color on our background. Now I'm going to dry. Just a bit, just a little bit, so that it's not dripping. And then we're going to start composing our beautiful angel in just a minute. But before we do that, I'm going to teach you a quick little way to add a little bit of texture, because we started this page without gessoing the page. I just like to go right in sometimes, but I do love my gesso for many reasons. So we're going to take gesso. This is one of my favorite ways of, thank you so much. This is one of my favorite ways of using gesso, and that is to simply get a little bit on your palette knife. Just plop it right on your page. Just a big old, like, well, not a big old glob. Let's not say a big old glob, but just a blob of it. Okay. And I spritz with water, and then I get a brayer and just brayer over my backgrounds. I love the sort of, I'm going to call it splotchy effect of it. It adds some texture and interest to the background. Look at that. I love that. And I do it from the other side as well. And you don't care, you're not trying to make it smooth or anything like that. You just want to add texture. Texture and a little bit more color, maybe. A little bit more interest. All right. So we're doing the same thing here. I'm going to spritz it with water and then go over it with my brayer. Okay. All right, now I need to dry just a little bit more. Thank you so much. Yes, oh my gosh, try it over your gelatos, over your pens. It's amazing. It's so much fun. Mix a color in with your gesso and try the same thing. Now I'm going to teach you all a very, very, very simple way of making an angel. Okay, so I am one of those girls who likes to kind of be very free with my art. I like when I don't stress out, when I'm not worried about perfection. So I am, my slogan, if you guys know me, for those of you that know me, know I say embrace your art. And that is to get you to embrace your art however it comes, without perfection, without worry, without concern. So I love to do things like this that just are free. And I don't have to worry about how they come out, but they're still beautiful. So I approach my angels in the same way. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my spot where I want my angel to appear, and I'm going to draw with this gelato, and I've got the iced chai here. And I am just going to draw sort of like an oval or an egg shape for her head. Okay? And I'm just going to put her right over here, And yes, I'm going in just like this without drawing it. It's cool. It's cool. So, literally. And as I look, I decide if I want it to be a little bit bigger or smaller. And I'm just drawing an egg shape with the gelatos. And I'm going to come out just a little bit more. And I think her head size is probably pretty good right there. And I'm going to take this smudger from Faber-Castell, and I'm just going to go ahead and rub in my gelatos. And as you're rubbing, you can actually shape the head a little bit more. And this is such a beautiful color to me. I love making brown skin girls. I'm a brown skin girl, so I love making brown skin girls. And I always try to make the chin a little bit longer and the top of the head just a little bit fatter. And that's as easy as it gets. All right? Not on purpose. Yes. Good, good. Thank you. All right. So from there, we've got to have a neck and shoulders. Yeah, it's a blender. It's a blender. I say smudger, but it's a blender. But smudge, blend, same thing. It's a blender tool. It comes in the kit with various tools. So it comes in a kit with more than one tool. So now I'm going ahead and adding her neck, and then I'm going to come out to the side, and I'm still just using my gelato, and I'm just going to make some shoulders here and add a little color. Okay, no big deal, easy peasy. And then I'm going to blend the neck and shoulders. How beautiful is that? Oh, I love it. I love it. She's got shoulders. She's got a neck. Yay! Yes. Yes, we can get that taken care of for you. Okay. All right. So from here, what I love to do, and it's really up to you, is to make it easy and fun and free. All I like to do is just, she doesn't have to have arms. You know, this is art. We can interpret however we want. I just like to go with my Pitt pen, Pitt artist pen, and I'm going to draw her body, and the background is actually going to serve, and I am a scribbler, okay? So I'm not trying to be perfect when I'm drawing this. I like scribbly lines, so no perfection, no worry. And I scribble across here. So her dress is automatically there. This is her beautiful dress. All right, so we've got that. We've got that taken care of now. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to get our beautiful color of the week, the Margarita mix, and we're just going to draw in some wings here. Okay? Yes, it's a blending tool. All right, so again, same thing as before. I just like to freehand it. When I draw wings, I think of them as sort of like teardrops. So they're just going to come in with the big part of the tear being on the outside, and the inside, the smaller part of the tear, just imagine that it disappears behind her back. Okay? So we're going to just go ahead and use our gelato to start the wing. Okay? So I just gonna fill that in with my Margarita mix, I'm going to go ahead, and you can make it bigger or smaller. It's really up to you. I'm going to add one to the side here, one on each side. And it can come off the edge of the paper. This one is going to be off the edge of the paper. And this one I'm going to make a little bit bigger because I kind of got crazy on that side. I have actually been using mine for more than one color. I do wipe them off. See, I've got a baby wipe here. I do wipe them off or grab a piece of paper and get some of the color off, and then I can use them. Or I like to have more than one as well because I'm not always very careful with my supplies. And then you want to add a smaller wing. Same thing, it's just a smaller tier. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to get my blender again, and and you can actually use your fingers. Gelatos are very creamy, so I love using the blender for my faces, but for other things, I will come in and just blend with my finger because they're so easy and creamy. See how easy that blends with just using your finger? I love it. Makes for quick and easy art. All right, so you see she's got wings. She's got wings. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so the other thing we want to do with the wings is I love to also add the other colors from the background, but using the gelatos. And that way we can make them pop, we can make them fancy, we can make them fun. We're just going to add some more color to our wings. So just take your gelatos, whichever one you want. I've got the raspberry here, I've got watermelon, and I've got snow cone. So we're going to use those to fancy up our wings. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I hope so. I hope so. I would love, love, love to see you guys interpret this and see what you have to create. Oh, yes, absolutely. And you can tag me on Facebook. Find me at TR Smith and tag me so I can see TR Smith Woods. I want to see. So I'm just going to add some raspberry here. And I'm going to take my finger, look at that, and just blend out the edges of my wing. I love it. That just makes me so happy. You all don't know. I love color. I love all this blending business. So that, look at that. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yes. So just take it along the edges of the wings, and that helps to define them as well. Just use your fingers. Get in there. Look at that. That right there. Doesn't that make the wings pop? Ugh. Yes. I love it, love it, love it. Oh my goodness. So cute. So cute. All right, now snow cone. And I'm going to take the snow cone right here at the bottom and just put a little and blend that. Oh, looky, looky, looky. I love that. Just again, adding interest to the wings, adding beauty to the wings, defining them a bit more. And now we still got to add some kiwi. Thank you. Get some pink in there. Watermelon, it's actually watermelon. I just love the color. I love all the color. And you could keep playing with the color to get it to be however you like. Yes. Okay, so now we've gotten this far, and what I want to do before we do anything else is just give her a little bit of shading on her body and her face. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the iced coffee. I love giving shading or shading my faces and my body because it gives it some definition and defines the edges. So I'm going to take this color and it's just going to be a light line along the edge of her face and along her chin, and this is going to help to define her face more and where we typically have light and shadow. So it's going to show that because there's usually a little shade on the neck, so we'll have a little bit of that. We'll add a little color there on her shoulders, and then I like to add a little bit at the top of her dress. Okay, so I'm going to take my blending tool and blend out that dark color. And see, you can see it already. See how that helps to define her face a bit more, and it defines the line, her chin and her shoulders, top of her dress. I love that. See, now she starts to look a bit more real. And I'll do a little bit here. Yes, love it. All right. So from there, I am actually going to take this same color, the iced coffee, just to add a little bit of shading around her body, just so that it stands out. And I'm going to keep it fairly light, a light touch, and then I'll blend with my blending tool. That just helps her to pop out. And be defined from the rest of the page. Thank you, thank you. All right, so now from here, what I want to do is add what I'm going to call flowers. They're circles, but there's flowers. Okay. So I've got this wonderful flower stencil from the Scandinavian set. And I'm going to use this to add some flowers or circles, but they're flowers. Y'all got that? They're flowers. And I'm going to just use my gelatos. I'm going to be using the raspberry, the watermelon, and snow cone to add some flowers. And again, I'm going back to my design tip of the human eye being more odd numbers being more attractive to the human eye. So I'm going to do 3 of each flower, and I'll do 1 and 5, but again, it's odd numbers. Easiest kind of flowers. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so I'm just going to put this down, and then once I put this down, I'm pretty much going to say that is where the flowers go. So I've got 3. I'm going to do 3 with the watermelon, and I'm just going to pick 3 spots, 3 little circles, and those are going to be my flowers. And all you have to do is add your gelatos, and you can just spread with your fingers. Yay, 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 and yay. All right, now I'm going to do the same thing with snow cone, but I'll pick 3 flowers or 3 different circles, and you can always spread them around like this. You can use, you know, because these are more spread apart. So I want to add 3 more flowers, this time with snow cone. So I'm gonna pick right here, and I'll put 2 snow cone flowers right here. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's a flower stencil. Yes. I'm digging on that. All right. So there, look at that. Flowers. Flowers. Think flowers. Yes. All right. Now we're going to use this raspberry. But let's just get a little bit more busy, and we are going to do 5. Let's do 5 this time. I want them to touch, so I'm gonna pick 5 spots, and I'm gonna have to move them around a little bit because I do like overlapping flowers. Okay, so we're gonna add one here. Let's add one here. And then we still need 3 more. So let's see. Let's just do this. 1, 2, and 3. Yes. All right, look at that. We've got flowers. Yay. Awesome, awesome. All right, looks like the Big Dipper. All right, so now we're about to have some more fun, okay? What we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna grab a piece of my freezer paper. It's time to get all glittery up in here. We're gonna use our glass bead glitter gel, all right? And our color of the week, which is Margarita mix. And we are going to make not only some amazing fun flowers, we're going to make some fun hair. All right, so what you want to do is you want to cut off a couple of pieces of your gelatos, of your Margarita mix. Then I'm going to scoop some of this glass of the glitter gel, the glass bead glitter gel, and here, and then I'm going to mix it with my gelatos. You can smush your gelatos right onto your paper, and then it mixes beautifully with this glass bead glitter gel. I think I better get some more because we're gonna have some fun with this. So I'll get a little bit more. I'd rather have too much than not enough. So I'm gonna add some more. Okay. Look at that. Look how easily it takes up the color. That is awesome. Oh, you gotta do that. This is the fun part. This is the super fun part. Although I've used it plain, using it with colors is absolutely amazing. And of course, I can add a little bit more gelato. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more gelato. Again, you could just smush it down. See, and there it is. And we're gonna get a little bit more. Look at the color of that. Can you guys see how gorgeous that is? Oh my gosh, that is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I love it. And the thing that I love is I don't even always mix the gelato completely, because I also love the specks of gelato that can be left behind. So when I put it on my paper, I see those as well. Oh, it's just such a fun thing to me. Look at that. Look at how amazing that color is. This is awesome. You know, I have not tried to save it in a container, but I do have some little containers. I think I'm going to have to try that. I would imagine that you can, as long as you seal it tightly just like you do here. This is, oh, look at that. I love this. I love it. 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 All right, so I like afros, y'all. I like afros. So I'm going to give her a fun, funky afro. All right, so all you have to do is take some of your glass bead, tinted glass bead glitter gel, and I'm just going to put it on. You know me, I'm really free with my creating. So I'm just going to pile it on top of her head like an afro. And you can shape it with your palette knife. Look at that. Look at that. That is some good hair. That right there is some good hair. And you can make it as big and fun and free as you like, or as small as you like. Yes, try it. And this is so awesome. Who doesn't want colorful, sparkly, big hair? And then I like to try to do like a little flip. Even though it's a afro, I love to add like a little flip onto her face. Like that. See? Ew. See that little flip onto her face? I love that. That business right there is, it's the bomb. It is the bomb. I love it. And now she doesn't have flat hair. She has beautifully textured, glittery, fun hair. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is some fun hair. Thank you. That is some fun hair. All right, so here's something else that I love to do. Just take your spatula, get a little bit of color on the back, and just add some spots around your page. You can blend it in a little bit, but it just is another way to add texture and interest to your background and into your art. Just tap it around the page. Check it. Awesome, awesome, awesome way to add some color and pick up her afro. Thank you. Love the flip. The flip makes me flip. The flip makes me flip. All right, so I'm gonna just like dry this just a little bit so we can add a little bit more flowers. I like to dry it a little bit just because I'm going to be using my stencil and I don't want to pick this up. So I'm gonna just add a little heat to it so that hopefully when I place the stencil on top, of course if we weren't live, I would let this dry a little bit more and then use my stencil. But I'm going to do this really quickly and use my stencil again. All right, because what is our sweet girl without some fabulous glittery flowers to go with her afro, right? Right. So I am going to use one of the circles that's slightly bigger, And I'm going to go ahead and use my glass bead glitter gel, and I'm going to add a couple of circle flowers to our page. Okay, and all you have to do is I'm going to use I'm going to use this one right here. And I'm just going to add them randomly wherever I want them to be. And I like to also make them different levels again so that they are a visual triangle. So I'm going to make these a visual triangle so that if you draw a straight line one to the other, it would be a triangle. Awesome. I love that. Thank you. All right, so let's put one right here. So grab some of your glass bead glitter gel and just rub it over your stencil where you want your flower to be. And pick it up, and there you have, look at that beautiful flower. I got a little, I don't know how I did that. I got a little on the side, but easy pickup. Okay, so you want a nice pretty flower. You don't have to, you can make it thick or not so thick, it's up to you. Mine is kind of thick. I think I'll take the thickness down a little bit for the next one. So there's one. I'm going to put the other one right here. Same thing. And you can scrape off the excess if you don't want it to be as thick as my last one. Pick it up and you've got yourself another beautiful circle flower. And then we're going to add another one right over here somewhere. We'll do it right here. Ooh, I'm getting it in the glitter. Yep. Let me get this on here first. Pick up some more color. I'm going to put that to the side, out of the way. And then we're going to add one more flower, and we're going to add that right over here. Again, just rub that over your stencil. Pick up a little bit of the excess. And there you have it. Yay! 3 beautiful flowers. And I have a baby wipe here. I like to clean off my palette knife. So just, you want to get that glitter gel and see how clean that came. Just wipe it right off for future use. I love to keep baby wipes handy because, of course, they're good for cleaning your hands and your space and your tools. All right, look at that. How cute is this? Now I'm going to dry a little bit so that we can add a little bit of dimension, a couple of doodles, and we're going to finish this baby up. Just a little bit of drying so that we can finish her. All right, so next what I'm going to do is I like to also add sort of like a little bit of dimension around my items. So it's very simple. If you want your items to pop out a little bit more, I'm taking the coffee right on the edge of some of my flowers, just a little. You don't have to get too crazy with it. And your blending tool, sometimes I do get a little crazy, but that's okay. And just take it around. And that just helps them to pop. Okay? See how that just pops off now? That pops off the page a bit. Okay? And see, like in this instance, you can take it around where they touch to help with the separation. I got a little carried away. That's darker than I want it to be. But see, when I pick that darkness up, I can just go ahead and use it on another part of the page as well. So you don't have to draw around each one of them. Just to make them pop a bit off the page. How about that? So I'm going to do a little here, and that helps to separate the dress. Again, I got a little dark, so I can pick that up and take it around this piece too. And I could take it around that one. See, don't you love that? Ooh, I love it, I love it. Wiping off my smudger and going back, and see, I can lighten it up a little bit too and pick up a little bit of the color. All right, now I'm going to try to get a little bit around the bigger pieces. Actually, I'm going to do something a little bit different around the bigger pieces. I'm going to add a little bit of snow cone to help these pieces pop. And I'm going to use my smudger again. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Isn't that just beauteous? Oh, I love all of this stuff. It just gives them their own uniqueness and helps them to stand out. So I want some more because I love how that looks, so I want some more. There, look at that. That is so cute. Yes, okay, I'm talking about my own page. Yes, it's so cute. I love it. Isn't it though? I love it. I really do. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the Pitt pen. We're about to wrap this up almost. And I'm going to add some details and some doodles. And then we're going to lighten up a couple of spots. And we're going to be finishing up. I love my baby wipes. I don't know what I'd do without them. All right, so now you want to get your pen. Thank you. Okay, so now you want to get a Pitt Artist pen, and I'm going to just start to doodle in some of the details, like stems. And I don't want to be perfect, so I like scribbling in stems. So just scribble in some stems from your flowers, and they don't all have to be straight. You can have some as if they're leaning over. And I don't always have my stems go down to the bottom of the page. Okay. Then the next thing I like to do is just go sort of on the outer edge and do like a scribbly line outside my wings and around our girl, our angel. Again, remember, I like scribbly. So it takes away that whole idea of perfection. And it takes away pressure. So I scribble, and I'll scribble on the outside of her body, right around her face and chin. And that just defines it a bit for me. Okay? Now, the other thing that I like doing is scribbling. I love to just scribble along the bottom and edges of my pages. However, I also like to write words on the lines of my flowers. So that's another thing. They do they do look like balloon strings, but you know what? We can go with that. We can go with that. I'm down with that. You know that because she's just magical. She's just magical and beautiful. And since I did that, and I don't always do the squiggly. The squiggly line makes it look like balloons. Don't you think that's awesome that she's in a place with balloons? So I'm down with that. Let's go with that. I'm so down with that. And again, you can scribble around your flowers, balloons, whatever you want them to be, just to add more definition and fun. I'm telling you, I'm just a scribbly kind of girl. Doesn't have to be perfect, just fun. All right. So you know what? I am going to write the word happy on here, and I'm just going to write happy. And then you can write any words that you want, as many as you want. But I am going with happy. And I usually darken in parts of my words just so that you can see them better. Okay, so I decided on happy. Oh gosh, I love this. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we are going to add some scribbles. I also like to take the, this is coconut, and add a little bit of light. So I'll take coconut and just add some, and this is going to really make them look like balloons. Add some at the top of some of your balloon flowers. Whatever you want to call them. And just add that. To them. And even you can add a little to her face to add a little bit of lightness where lightness might hit your face. Touching it up with, I'm going to add a little bit of dark right here. Just because usually there's a bit of shadow along your hairline. Oh, look at that. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, so I did this last little thing that I'm sorry. Okay, here it is. I was looking for my pen. My last little thing is to scribble. Well, it's not last, but scribble, and I do mean just scribble. I love to scribble, and then scribble up the side. It's sort of like my little finishing touch. Now, last but not least, it is just about 10 o'clock. The last thing that I love, 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 love to do, and I need to grab a brush, is I like to sprinkle some gelato on it. Splatter some gelato on it. And you just need to get your paintbrush nice and wet. And I have a black gelato here. And you just flick. And it will make nice black splats of color to finish it off. How awesome is that? And it's okay if it gets on your art or her hair. It's art. Oh gosh. And I usually write 3 words, but I only wrote 1 tonight. There you go. All right. I finished it up. How about that? There, look at the black speckles, her beautiful, amazing afro, our fun balloons, flowers, our wonderful texture with the glass bead glitter gel, fun accents with the Margarita mix. I love it, I love it, I love it. She's got sparkle. Her hair has glass bead glitter gel. Her balloons have glass bead glitter gel. She's got sparkle. She's got sparkle. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for my very first Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft Ustream class. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you will make it. I hope that you will get some gelatos and some big brush pens and some glass bead glitter gel in your arsenal and create beautiful art with it. Thank you once again for joining me. I guess it's time for me to sign off. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Pancake One. Thank you, Puffin Knits. Puffy Knits. Thank you. Yes, thanks for hanging out with us. All right, so I guess I am to sign off. I've not done this before, so I think I'm just supposed to stop the broadcast and move on. I hope that is correct, and you all will be able to see this in replay. Thank you all once again. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Good night, everyone. Good night. I hope to see you online. Find me. Friend me. I'd love to see you guys. Thanks again. Oh, good. You should get it. You should get it and have fun and play. All right. So do I stay logged on for the winners? I don't. I'm sorry. You could tell me Design Memory Craft. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Semistic. Is that the winner? Congrats. Yay. Awesome. Congrats to the winners. That's awesome. All right. So I'm going to hit the stop record button. Stop broadcast. I hope this is awesome and good and wonderful. All right. Thanks again, ladies. Good night.